Okay, hi, welcome back to Fabulously Curved on YouTube. And today I want to talk about following your dreams. So, I knew from the moment that I started, like the first day that I walked into the building, I felt as though I'm like, yeah, this might not be the correct fit for me. And what I'm talking about is I'm talking about college. The first day I walked into the campus, I felt so nervous. I was like, I don't think I can do this. So what I proceeded to do was I spent the last almost 8 years, yeah, almost 8 years sitting in a classroom day after day after day. And it started off okay, and then I slowly but surely realized that I was going insane. Like I was going insane. That was it. College has been, how do I word this delicately? The most soul crushing, tear inducing, time wasting, money spending experience that I have ever had the displeasure of experiencing. And don't get me wrong, I love to learn, literally. If I could live in a library, I would live in a library. But unfortunately, living in libraries is frowned upon in most communities. But that's not the point. Like I love the idea of school. Like I can take a textbook, I will read it from back and forth, and I'll be able to tell you anything that's in there that I've read. But the sitting in the classroom and the everyday trudging through weather and having to deal with people from variations. You have your nice people, your stars, they're so intelligent and friendly, and then you have the scum of the earth. And they all congregate into one place, and it's just a tiny little building in the grand scope of schemes, and it's just, you just get to a point where you're just like, I can't do this anymore. And this is not to deter anybody who is already in school or is looking to go to college or anything, because it can be a wonderful experience if that is so what you really want to do in your heart. However, that is not really what I want to do. And it was always my backup plan that I had to bring to my, forefront, because at the end of the day, you have to pay bills, you have to have a career, you have to make a living, you have to do something with yourself. You just can't sit at home all day. Okay, so let's rewind back a little bit. So when I started college, I originally started at a nursing school, and then after taking the entrance exam and passing, I decided that I didn't want to do phlebotomy. Like, I have sickle cell, and I have spent my whole entire life around needles, and I was just like, no, I'm not doing this today, not today. So I decided to take a start at a community college and do elementary education. I've always wanted to be a teacher as my backup plan, because my first experience with an incredible teacher was my kindergarten teacher. Her name was Miss Brazan, and she was just so freaking amazing. Like, she was my school mom. My mom was my home mom, obviously. That's my mom, and she was my school mom. It was just like, if I could take her home with me at the end of the day, I would. And then my second grade teacher, Miss Rosalind Berry, I think that she was epic. And the first long word I learned to spell in second grade was the word education. I knew from that moment that I was meant to be a teacher. Like, that is what I wanted to do with myself. And in other grades, I also had, like, some really good teachers that they just inspired me to want to inspire other people. And I do want to inspire other people. That's what I wanted to do. So I decided that, maybe my life goal should be to become a kindergarten teacher. So that's what I've been working on for the past 8 years. And boy, has this been a trial. But I'll get to that. I digress. So the reason I'm making this video is because I finally had this conversation with my mom. I am struggling through school. I get good grades, I pass my tests, I do what I have to do, but there's been these barriers that have been standing in my way for the longest. And it's like, if I don't pass this certain test, then I can't get into the education program at the university I transferred to after I finished with my community college. And it's like, I'm to the point where if I don't get into this program, I'm done trying. Like, I've been in school for so long, I've wasted most of my 20s. Like, I'm about to turn 25 years old, and I've spent all this time since high school trying to get a bachelor's degree. And it's like, I'm not saying that a degree is not important, but there's other ways to make a living besides having a piece of paper. Having a piece of paper saying that I'm qualified to do something doesn't mean I'm qualified to do it. Of course, I can put theory into practice, but going to school to become a teacher is not the same thing as being a teacher. I'll guarantee you that right now, and new teachers and old teachers will tell you the same. But that's not where I'm going with this. I digress. I'm sorry, but I don't want to rant, but I'm ranting. I see it. Okay, so the conversation I finally had with my mom was if things didn't change like within the next couple of months, and this is considering that I've been working so hard and losing so much sleep trying to get through like my education. If things don't change, then I'm done. I'm not done permanently, but I'm done to the point where I need a break. I'm so tired of getting up to go to class. Like, I just want to go find myself. I feel as though I'm having a pre-midlife crisis, considering I'm only about to be 25. So that's only like a quarter of a century. Like, I'm not even halfway through my life yet. And it's like, I feel the need to find myself. So I'm going to follow my dreams. Whatever they are, I'll get to them. I'll make a list. I'll go pursue what I want to pursue. But at the same time, I can't spend my time, like, going through textbooks and notebooks and wasting thousands of dollars per semester for some place that I don't want to be at. It's unfeasible. It's unnecessary. No, I'm not going to do anything to sabotage myself that would force me to go towards the direction of the dropout that I want to do. I'm not crazy. I'm a very hard worker and I do what I have to do to get it done because at the end of the day, yes, I do want to graduate college. Yes, I do want a degree. Yes, I do want to become a teacher, but I feel as though that is just not in the plan immediately. And I should have listened to that instinct a long time ago. So, in the same idea of listening to your instincts, you have to do what you feel as though is good for you. If you're going to have to work for the rest of your life, you might as well enjoy what you're doing, right? Why be miserable if you have to go to it every day, if you have to do it all day long, every single day? You might as well love it. So, all I'm saying is, follow your dreams. Don't get deterred. Always have a plan and then a backup plan and then a plan for the backup plan. But at the same time, do what makes you happy because at the end of the day, there's nothing worse than looking back at your life and being miserable and regretting. I'm deciding that I'm no longer in the business of regretting things. If I need to do something or if I want to do something, I'm going to go for it. What's the worst thing that can happen? Me failing? If I fail, then I will get up and try again. Just like Aaliyah, if at first you don't succeed, get yourself up and try again. Excuse my singing. I know I sound so terrible. I love to sing, but I'm terrible. Not the point. Back to the point. So do it for yourself, for your personal happiness. Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's going to be you that works for your entire life. Whatever it is that you want to pursue, make sure you pursue it. The worst thing that can happen is failure. The best thing that can happen is success. You'll never know unless you try. And you know what? Honestly, that is the worst part, not having tried at all. Like, that is what personally gets to me. So, this is why I feel as though I'm using whatever comes up in the near future, whatever path that it is I have to take, I'm going to try what I've always wanted to try. And I hope you do too. And personally, I am so happy that I finally got the conversation out in the open. So it's known and it kind of makes it sort of permanent. So now I have no choice but to do it because I said I would. So it feels good. And I hope that, you guys who are watching this, you can feel this way too. And maybe it inspires you to go do something that you've always wanted to do. And as always, stay beautiful inside, outside, sideways, and always. Make sure to subscribe below, like this video, comment. Let me know anything else that you want me to talk about or discuss regarding life, my new obsession with lipstick, and just anything. And make sure to visit my site, my blog on Fabulously Curved. And love you.